So as you can see, I've taken my engine off of my bike. And there was a couple things that I needed to do in order to get the bike or get the engine off the bike. And I want to highlight a few things. Obviously, you've got to go through and you've got to take the seat off, the battery out, the gas tank has to come off, the air box, all of the stuff that goes on the front, like the radiator and the oil cooler and the exhaust, that has to come off. Over here, you've got to take, I took my rear wheel off just to make it easier to remove the chain, because the chain goes on the drive sprocket. So I took that off. All of the electrical fittings you've got to take off. And I used some blue tape for the things that I thought might be confusing to me. One thing that I do want to highlight, which I didn't know about until after I tried to drop the bike out, or the motor out, the engine out, is on the right side of the frame are these I don't know the exact term of it, but there's these little bolts that apply pressure to the engine mounting bracket, right? And so my engine, as a result of these bolts, there was a little bit of friction, so I had to shimmy and move the engine around to get it to finally release itself from this bracket holder and this bracket holder. So both of these have these little bolts on it, and you need a special tool. You need this special tool in order to remove or loosen up these bolts. See, this fits right in the little socket, the little holes that are cut out. And this will allow you to release or loosen it up and get it off of the engine mounting brackets. And these bolts are specifically here to take out any play that might exist between the engine mounting bracket and the frame. And what ends up happening is you take the main bolt off this hub right here, the main bolt off of the bolt, and then you use this tool and you go inside, and it fits right in the teeth. And then once you get it in there, you see you're able to tighten and loosen this bolt or this nut. And this nut is spec'd, so when I go back to put the engine back in the frame, there's a specification for torque on this nut. So I'll torque that down, and then once I get the engine bolts in and everything, I'll torque that down, or the frame mounting bolts, I'll torque that down with these spacers, and then I'll torque the bolts down. But these spacers eliminate any engine vibration that might occur because of space. So I did want to make mention that I got this off of eBay, and this is not an actual Yamaha made tool. It's made by some other person, and it was 30 bucks. But I decided that I wanted to make sure I had it for when I put my engine back on the frame. But I do want to highlight that, so I hope that helps.